What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Zachary Reality. We are live here today, back again with Molly, straight from Paris, to chat about Joey's season of The Bachelor, episode 2, and get all of the scoop from Paris, the long-awaited Paris trip.
Literally. And thank you for having me again. Hello, everyone. I am sad to be back, but also like happy to get back into a routine. I'm
Yeah.
just feeling like so out of it. Words are hard right now. Bear with me.
When
But
did you
I'm
get
so
back?
jacked. I got back last night, and like technically in Paris time, it's 11 o'clock p.m. right now. So my body's
Mm.
just kind of like, where are you and what's happening? But I'm sure by tomorrow I'll be fine.
So what time is it by you right now?
Right now it's 5 p.m.
And what time do you feel like it is?
Like 11 p.m.
Oh,
Like it's
okay.
like the longest day of my life.
How was Paris? The million
I
dollar question.
absolutely loved it. Like, I can't even imagine what it must be like in the spring or fall where like the leaves are changing colors or like flowers, because even in the winter it was beautiful, that I can't even imagine what it looks like when it's even more beautiful. Like dead of winter and it was still stunning. Everything just felt like a movie, like so many cute streets and shops, and everything was just so walkable that
Mm.
like we literally walked on our last day 20,000 steps, just like walking everywhere and across the whole city. It was beautiful.
When I'm on vacation, I'm walking so much too because it's truly like the only way to see things. You don't
Yeah,
really know like what the best deal is for transportation.
right. We definitely
And
took a lot of Ubers, but like only
yeah,
to places that were further, or if we were like done with our 20,000 steps. But for anyone listening, I loved Mamart the best. That was like a cute little area with so many shops and so many cute
mm,
streets, and like you can overlook Paris and see all of it. And we also went to the Dior Museum, which was just beautiful and like stunning to see.
did you stay in the same hotel the entire time?
Yes, and I stayed right by the Eiffel Tower. So it
Ooh.
honestly wasn't as touristy, but it did feel everywhere was safe, but like it always felt like happening and busy, that like we could walk the streets and be fine, which was nice.
So you truly just did like direct flight to Paris, like Ubered
Yeah.
from the airport to the hotel and stayed there the whole time and then Ubered back to the airport. Like that's just like really
Yeah,
efficient traveling. Like
it was.
I'm a man with a suitcase when I'm traveling. Like we were
Yeah,
talking about my trip to Miami to New York. Like I have a suitcase, I'm going everywhere. So like
right.
the fact that you were able to like accomplish so much, be in the spot and like have your travel plans efficiently planned, like probably relieves so much stress that you
Yes.
can truly just feel like you're on a Paris playground.
Totally. And I did have like an itinerary before we went, which honestly, I mean, it was like loose, so we had time to like explore, but it was so helpful to at least know like which areas to go to on which days and like what's kind of near each other so that you weren't wasting time like going up and down and all around.
So what did you do? You went to
So we went
what?
to, obviously, like we saw all like the bigger monuments and like the Eiffel Tower and the Arc, and we took an Uber to the Palace of Versailles, which was beautiful also. Like the gardens would have
Mm.
been prettier when it's summer, spring.
Yeah. No, I went there in February, like 5 or 6 years ago. So
Yeah.
I feel like I was there the exact same time you were there. Like with the weather, it
Yes.
was cold. I remember it being freezing.
It was cold. It honestly wasn't as bad as like New York, New Jersey. It was like 50s. So right now here it's like 20s, 30s. So it's much colder here. So we almost felt like it was spring. So we did that, and then we went to, I mean, we kind of just bopped around to like every area that you could go. Yeah, we loved it.
That's amazing. What was your favorite part?
Going to Mamart, that was like the most stunning area, and it was just like I love to like frolic and just walk around and explore. So that was like the best exploring. Every side street was like more cute things. Like I
Yeah.
truly felt like it was like a movie set. Like, how is this real?
When I went to Paris, I remember going to the Arc de Triomphe. Like
Yeah, we
that
went
was like a thing. We went to the church, the Notre Dame.
there. Uh-huh.
Inside, outside, pictures, food, croissants, and then I did Palace of Versailles too, which was like kind of far,
It
but
was
like
fun.
worth it. And the Eiffel Tower, I peed like under the Eiffel Tower and like at like 2 a.m. But like everyone did. We were all peeing in the bush.
Oh, good. You know,
Did you
we
do
stayed
that?
I didn't. We stayed right by the Eiffel Tower, so we could see it like twinkling every night, and it was just like beautiful. But yeah, the Palace of Versailles was far, like definitely farther than I would have liked it to be. But we Ubered there; it was fine.
Oh, you did. I remember we took the train.
Yeah, no, we weren't really. We only literally took the metro once. We weren't super efficient for our 5 days. So we did walk a lot. So like we honestly didn't spend so much money on Ubers, but we're very efficient gals. We like when things are easy.
Yeah. Did you guys meet any boys in Paris? Any
Ugh,
French
no, we
guys?
didn't. And honestly, we didn't see any cute ones, like even walking the streets or like when we went out. Like, wasn't it? I don't know if it was the area or like what. Unfortunately, no cute guys. But Olivia had some friends studying abroad there. So we like met up with them and got drinks, which was fun, and like a couple dinners with them. So it like broke up our trip a bit and we got to see friends too.
I love it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm so
So
glad
many
to get the
croissants.
scoop.
Thanks. Yeah, so many croissants. That was, I would say the highlight obviously was like the pastries. Food wise, it was like they're not really known for their food, just like baguettes, pastries, and cheese, which those three
Mhm.
things were great. But yeah, loved it.
Okay, next time we should go on a trip together.
Yes, absolutely. I like want this to be like my year of travel. Like absolutely down.
Okay, sounds good. Welcome back to the show, guys. Sorry that we just rambled on about Paris. I feel like I needed to know what was going on. Celeste says, "Did you French kiss anyone, Molly?"
No, if only. Like we really wish we saw any cute guys, but it just wasn't in the cards for this trip.
Wow. Okay, well, we're back for another week of the Bachelor recaps. We're doing this every single week, like we said, and
Yes.
we're here to talk about the show. We're not going to miss it. It was honestly kind of boring. Didn't you think like episode 2 was so boring?
Yeah. No, I definitely thought it was like they were like grasping at straws to make it somewhat interesting, but it is what it is.
I was like kind of thinking about it. I'm like, episode 2 of The Bachelor is always boring.
Yeah.
Night 1 is so exciting, and then like night 2, you still don't really know anyone, so you don't really know if you should care about the drama. But I did love like the infamous like wedding dress date,
Yeah.
and it was a lot of featured on Lauren, the older sister, and like her
Right.
all journey, and then a lot of Maria.
Yes.
So we'll talk about the episode. Were you able to watch it as soon as you got back?
I did. I watched it and I somehow stayed up. The second 10 o'clock hit, I hit my pillow and was out. But I stayed awake for the whole episode.
So we're down to like 21 girls, 22 girls left. And we find out that Daisy is getting the first one-on-one date. But first there is the bridal date where everybody shows up in wedding dresses and has like fake weddings to Joey. What do you think of dates like this?
A little bit of it is like obviously everything they do is cringe, but to me this is like the cringiest because it's so early on and they're all watching each other in these wedding dresses and they're all fighting for his attention, like the jumping and the kissing and the thumbs down. It was just like a little bit cringe to watch, but obviously it's still exciting and like it's fun.
I couldn't believe that Evelyn jumped over the table in musical chairs.
Same, like literally catapulted herself across the table.
Musical chairs is literally the funnest game ever.
Like, look at Lauren's face in that picture. She's like, you're on top of me.
Have you ever played musical chairs as a kid? I think it's so
But
fun.
as a kid, yeah, definitely.
It's so much fun. I want to play it as an adult.
Imagine a bar that would just do that.
Musical chairs? Like, come on, it's so fun.
Yeah, bars should do musical chairs, Duck Duck Goose, like all of the kid games we used to play.
Celeste says, leave it to Maria to draw men in with her attire. The white dress almost revealed a whole breast. Celeste.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Celeste is like our third co-host here.
I know.
I love when she chimes in.
Love.
Well, what dress would you have picked? Obviously, this is a fake wedding, so it's not like this is what you would actually wear, but like, which dress would you go for?
Let me think.
We have all the girls here. I don't know anyone's name
Yeah,
still, but
I don't
like,
know either. Maybe the blonde who went home. What's her name again? Taylor, maybe?
so wait, that's Taylor.
I think.
Okay, yeah. I also like I forgot her name, but the girl's name on the end, the opposite end of Lauren.
Yeah, that one's pretty too, like Cinderella-y.
She ended up going home.
Yeah.
I believe.
And so did Taylor.
I believe her name was Marlena. Yeah, Erica, Taylor, and Marlena went home.
Yeah,
and
so I do
Lauren.
too. I know.
We'll get to Lauren. But yeah, the dresses were pretty. I really like this date. Like, it would make me want to marry Joey too.
Absolutely. In that sense, yes. I do feel like it's just for it being like so early on and they're all like fighting and like looking. It's just like I don't know. It's weird to do so early on, I feel like.
Yeah. So Lauren gets really upset in the car. She's in the limo with Maria. Everyone's talking
Yeah.
about their wedding, and Maria talks about how much like she loves her dad, which we saw in her intro, and that like she can't wait for her dad to be at her wedding, which really upset Lauren because Lauren's dad passed away recently and her dad will not be at her wedding. And this moment was so sad. I felt like it was so
So
relatable to people who've lost a loved one. And like you just really felt for Lauren in that
yeah.
moment.
No, I felt so horribly for her, and absolutely so understandable that for the rest of the date she just did not feel the right energy. She didn't feel herself.
It was just so sad. Like I was literally
I know.
crying.
I know. I wish that she had a moment. I mean, obviously we don't know how the producers pushed them around and whatever, like had a moment to speak to him during it. Because I feel like it might have like had a weight lift off her shoulders and she could have like gotten more off her chest and keeping it to herself. But obviously she speaks to him later on.
I know. And like we kind of saw that at the cocktail party where like she didn't get to talk to him the entire
Right.
night. And it was like literally weighing on her. So
I know.
I really hope the producers weren't like trying to make her go crazy and take advantage
Right.
of like her vulnerability by
Yeah.
not letting her talk to him.
Yeah. No, I thought it was so weird that they didn't talk while she was like having those moments. Like she talked to Maria, which of course that was like so nice and sweet of Maria to like sit there and listen to her in the middle of the date and like allow her to feel her feelings, because I just found it odd that she didn't speak with him.
Maria was such a good friend in that moment. And
Such
like
a good friend.
Maria gets obviously a lot of flack this episode towards the end, but
Yeah.
I really felt like Maria didn't mean to trigger her in the
No,
car.
at all.
So she was like really wanting to be a good friend and just like make her feel better about it. And like I'm glad that she was there to console her because her little sister Allison just like wasn't on that date.
Yeah. No, I will say that this, like, because obviously last week I was kind of iffy about Maria. I will say that scene, like, shows that she, like, is a good person. Like, as much as maybe there's drama and stuff, like, she means well. And that was, like, very sweet of her.
Maria is the star of the show.
There's a lot. Yeah.
I think that between Maria and Daisy, they are the two biggest personalities on the show, and they're like star quality right out of the gate.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I love, love, love Daisy.
All the girls are like so irrelevant in the beginning, but like as the
I
season goes
know.
on, like they get more popular, more famous, like everyone gets more invested, and then they become the few it girls. And I really feel like Maria and Daisy like are in it for the long haul.
Absolutely. It's also why these first few episodes are kind of boring, because you like don't have your favorites yet. And like,
Mhm.
they're kind of just like, I don't know, grasping at straws to fill that 2-hour time slot. And then
Literally.
like, okay, now I'm finally invested and excited once it's a couple weeks in.
Yeah. I mean, I was really invested in Lauren, so I'm actually really sad that she
Same.
ended up going home, and I feel like we should just kind of talk about her instead of getting back to it later because she wanted to talk to Joey at the cocktail party about like making up for this and like having a red velvet cake. I was really shocked that she went home and I was really upset that she went home too.
Same. And she, I mean, I said last week between the two sisters, because we haven't really even seen much of Allison yet. Like she was my favorite. I thought she was had like a dry humor and was funny. And yeah, I was sad to see her go.
I was shocked. I think she maybe the emotions were too much for her to process with like the wedding date and the environment, and maybe she just didn't like Joey. But she still said like you're hot or something at the end.
Right. Yeah,
I
no,
thought
I
that was
think it was
funny.
just a lot for her. And then she also said that she like when she couldn't speak to him right away, then she was like, okay, I don't want to speak to him at all anymore. Like I just don't think this environment is for her, she realized.
Yeah, but did you also see when she said goodbye? She was like, maybe I'll see you at hometowns.
Right. Yeah. She's
That was
still rooting
funny.
for her sister, which is sweet.
Yeah, but I wanted her to get the group date rose. I thought she deserved it.
Yeah.
But who actually got the group date rose was Jess.
Yes, of course. Which of course I like feel for her in like the story that she told, like not taking away from that, but I do feel that she somehow in some way on any case can make herself the center of attention, which we even saw in the first episode.
I, s- I, I heard an interesting point on the Vile Files as I was listening to their Bachelor recap, and Natalie was saying how the girls weren't mad at Jess because like she was going for him. They were mad at her because she was like bragging about it.
Right.
And like
Absolutely.
I didn't even see it like that when I was watching it. But then when Natalie said it, I was like, oh,
Yeah, she's just too showy. Like obviously they're all going to fight for him, so you can't really be mad about that, but she just like it brags.
See, I just like really felt for her when she opened up, talked about her story about how this relationship truly damaged her and she worked so hard to get to a better place. I felt for her. I thought that was
Yes.
genuine. I felt like the girls were jealous of her, you know, getting kisses. And I still feel like the girls were maybe gossiping about her or telling her to chill or she's too much. Like nobody should
Right.
ever feel like they're too much and they can't be
No.
themselves. So I really sided with Jess on that. And I really felt like she deserved more empathy. But then also like she is going out of her way to like kiss him and make everyone look at her and talk about her.
Right.
So it's like you can't have it both ways.
No, that's what I was saying. Like she's definitely, that whole story like definitely was genuine and like I feel for her there, but she's also an attention seeker, which we've seen so far, which is gonna make the rest of the girls not like you.
She did not deserve the group date rose.
At all. Like I totally agreed.
Who do you think deserved it besides Lauren?
Besides Lauren, like
The girls that were on it were...
Can we go back to them again?
Yeah, I'll tell you. The girls that were on it were Maria.
I mean, honestly, I liked Maria. I thought she was comforting to him, and I liked when they walked around together. I felt it was comfortable. I mean, I wasn't understanding like the dress change from the white to the two-piece.
Oh, wait, I want to talk about that, but I found it. Rachel, Taylor, Kelsey T, Lexi, Evelyn, Erica, Maria, Lauren, and Jess.
I mean, I guess then just like Maria, Lauren, or Jess, or Rachel was the one who gave the speech, right?
Rachel had a moment. Kelsey T also like has a connection.
Right. So like maybe in that moment, only those three, but I don't know.
Yeah. What were you saying before? Oh yeah, Maria and the dress.
Yes.
Okay, so she needed to change, obviously, because it's the night portion of the date.
Yeah.
But she was the first one to talk to him, so she didn't get an opportunity to change. That was what she was going to wear anyway for the night portion. I thought it was sexy. I thought it was cute, and I was here for it.
No, I liked the outfit. Honestly, like people wear two pieces like that all the time. Like I don't know why they were so mad about it. I guess the fact that like she had the outfit change like mid talking to him. But I don't know, like that's like a normal outfit to wear.
Maria has got game.
Yeah, no, that was good. I like
they're hot.
That.
Their connection, Joey, Maria, like they like each other a lot and they're vibing.
No, he keeps saying like she keeps me on my toes. But I'm so curious to see this play out because as much as obviously, you know, I don't know him personally, but as much as I like she definitely keeps him on his toes. I feel like he wants someone more like comforting, sweet, just based on like how he looks at Daisy or how he talks about the other girls.
Oh, I know. I feel like he really loves Daisy, and we're going to talk about her date in just a second. But like, I just feel like the passion with Maria is hot, and like,
she's fiery.
She's fiery. Maybe she's not going to win. I mean, based on the teasers, I feel like, does she even make hometowns? You know?
Yeah.
She might make top 6. She's going to be a huge character. I want to see her go to Paradise.
Yeah, me too. I was just going to say that.
But I like her connection with Joey. I think they have a lot of chemistry, and it's really just seems fiery.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Celeste says Joey has a thing for Canadian women. Do you think that?
I don't remember who else is from there. I know there was a handful when they walked out the limo.
Yeah, because remember that girl had the flag?
Yeah.
And then Celeste also says Lauren or Evelyn deserved the group date rose.
Yeah.
Did Evelyn deserve it for jumping over the table?
No.
Because I don't think she even got the chair. She didn't even win the game.
Yeah, no.
No.
She was like at the end of the table, poor thing.
Yeah. But I'm glad that Evelyn's finally getting her time because she got, you know, screwed over night 1.
Totally.
Okay, let's move on to Daisy and her one-on-one date. We kind of saw this coming last week. She was the immediate front runner. She probably would have got the first impression rose if Leia didn't do that noble thing with the date card. And honestly, I really missed Leia this episode.
I know. We didn't get any of her or really much of Jen. They like showed her briefly, but she was also like one that I loved from last week.
We need more Leia back on TV.
Yeah.
But Daisy had her date. They had a lot of fun during the day. What did they do during the day?
They took a helicopter ride. Yeah. And then they went to like a country music festival. I think it was country, was it?
Yeah.
It was like a ranch thing. But they did have some time to like chat a bit, got to dance on stage, and then had a dinner.
Did you know that like when you get a helicopter date on The Bachelor, it's like a good thing?
What do you mean?
It's like a telltale sign that like they're investing in you and your date. Like they think she's going far.
Well, I absolutely love that, and I hope so.
Yeah. So Daisy,
my favorite.
So I really like her a lot too. In the beginning of the date, I was thinking, I'm like, this is so corny. This feels like I'm watching a Disney movie. Like she's a little corny. Obviously, like we learned the depth and like everything she went through on the nighttime portion. But I just was thinking that like Daisy's so perfect for the show. She's
Yeah.
just so perfect. She checks every box that it was just like we're immediately everyone loves her. There's
Yeah.
no one else that everyone loves this much. So I was just like, you know what? Let me go into this a little skeptical because this just seems too perfect and too fitting and too like we've seen this before.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I just like loved her, and I thought that I understand definitely it being like so perfect, but like I guess I was just too like my heart is with them. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was a hopeless romantic watching it.
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to show another perspective because Daisy is just
Absolutely.
like so on. It's just like it's making so much sense.
Right.
Celeste says Daisy's story about her cochlear implant was sad, but also touching at the same time. I feel she will be one of the top two.
I agree.
100%. She's gonna go all the way. He ended up giving her a rose, but I really felt for her, and I can't believe how much she has been through and how much
Yeah.
she overcome. I actually have a paragraph of what she said. She said, "When I was 11, I started having these stroke-like seizures. They didn't really know why. When my siblings would get sick, I would get what they got. I would be 10 times sicker. By the age of 17, I woke up to my dad waking me up and realizing I couldn't hardly hear that well. And then my hearing kept getting worse. Communicating was really hard for me. It was super isolating. I kept getting sick on and off, and it got to the point where I didn't feel good at all ever. I could barely walk a block. I spent a lot of time in bed. I moved back home with my parents. I didn't think my life was going to get better. I didn't think I was ever going to feel better. And then I found out I had Lyme disease. So I ended up going to Germany and I did a treatment there in hospital for 30 days. I had tubes going through my throat, so you can see like some of the scars right there. I lost a ton of my hair. I lost 15 pounds in 5 days. It's pretty wild, but after I did the treatment, I felt way better and I was really healthy, and that's the important thing. But my hearing kept getting worse. Daisy told Joey the reason she could communicate with him was because of her miracle cochlear implant. If I can't see your face, it's going to be really hard for me to understand what you're saying."
You know, that was like so touching. I
Whew.
also, yeah, he and the way he responded to it was just so sincere and comforting that I feel like she was able to tell her full story and feel comfortable doing so just by like the look on his eyes.
He's a really good listener. He's so
Yeah.
caring and kind and compassionate. And a lot of girls were opening up to him and sharing tough life experiences they've had throughout this
Yeah.
episode, just like Edwina did in the second group date.
Right.
But with Daisy, like, it's truly a miracle how she's been able to get treatment and like come out on the other
Yeah.
side. It's so inspiring. And it's just
Absolutely.
like, it's so sad when anyone has health issues, especially at such a young age. And to think that
Right.
like she was able to go through all that and like have such a positive outcome on life and be able to live the life that she's living now. Like, I'm so happy for her.
Me too. No, I'm so, so glad and that she was able to share her story and talk about her nonprofit. Like it all just like made me smile.
And Joey's smitten by her.
So smitten. You could tell. I mean, I've been seeing some TikToks and stuff, people saying that he like so can't hide face. And like it's true. When he's like not into it, you can tell. And when he is, he's like so deeply into it. You're like, oh my gosh.
It's like it's so obvious he's gonna pick her,
Yeah,
like, we're gonna go along for the journey, but it just feels so transparent already. He's
I know.
obsessed with her, like, the way he looked
Obsessed.
like, how could you not be? But, like, he also, like, he just loves her.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, their connection was just so instantaneous. And it's also just nice to see that like obviously aside from all her like her storytelling before the date, like before she did that in the beginning of the date, you could feel their connection too. Like right from the jump.
Yeah. So, I mean, if he's gonna pick her, like, are we still gonna watch the season and the show?
Yeah.
Like, is there gonna be more competition as it gets later on?
I think so regardless because that's just how the show is and if there's not drama, they're going to make something up and like make drama. And like we obviously see that in like the first episode he's going to be crying. So something's must
Oh
happen.
my god, remember the Billie Eilish of it all when he was,
Yeah,
like,
like something
crying?
must happen.
Okay, well, we're expecting to see Daisy at the end. She is, like, posting on TikTok,
I
and
know.
she's killing it already.
I absolutely love her. She like so much. I said this last week. She so reminds me of Jess. Like she's just
Wait,
like cute and sweet.
yeah, yeah. Remember when I said Daisy was the only girl that follows me on the season?
Yes.
A new girl has followed me.
Yay! Who do you like now?
Jess.
Oh, good. I mean, obviously, I don't know her. This is just, you know, opinion based on the TV, and we don't know, but maybe
I
she's
followed her
nice.
back. I followed her back. And then you know who messaged me and said that they loved my videos?
Who?
Taylor.
Oh, well, unfortunately, she went home, so no
She
more Taylor.
did. She did. And she was getting a lot of like hate on TikTok.
I didn't see that. What was happening?
Didn't you sent me that video about
Did I?
Yeah, didn't one
Maybe.
girl post like a viral video that like
Oh, you're right. I
Joey-
forgot who that was. Yeah, people were saying that she was like the biggest bully, and like not just one person, like many people then were saying like, yeah, she was the biggest bully at my high school. She's the biggest bully here. So don't really know what that's about.
Well, maybe just apologize to the people you hurt in high school and hopefully they can move on. I feel like she was gossiping a little bit this episode too. Wasn't she involved?
Yeah, she was. In like the first episode, obviously like the Jess thing was definitely annoying, but she was like also had no problem saying something.
Well, we're going to talk about Sydney when we talk about the other drama,
Oh,
but
yeah.
Taylor was Maria's confidant in that situation.
Yeah, which I was actually kind of surprised by, but we can get into that.
Yeah, we will. I feel like Daisy, we love you. We can talk about the next group date.
Yeah.
But I feel like Taylor was helping Maria and it felt like the whole house was against Maria.
I know, which do you want to talk about it now?
Well, what's the other group date was what? Like Demi.
I was like so irrelevant. And also if I was one of those girls, I would have been pissed that one group of them got the wedding date and then I was doing like burpees.
Like army dates?
Yeah, like no, I don't want to be in the dirt.
Yeah, but then like Joey was like hot with that tire scene.
Hot. But then only one of them got to talk to him really.
Edwina.
So like, yeah, I would have preferred the wedding date where like we all could have had time with Joey.
So let's talk about the fact that they brought Jubilee and Demi back.
So random, unless they both have things going on that they like want to talk about. I don't really know.
No, but Jubilee's a veteran. She fought in the war. She was from Ben Higgins' season. She was on Paradise. So
that makes sense.
So it makes sense for them to bring her back because wait, hold on. I'm gonna get to Demi because I'm gonna read Demi's tweet. But it makes sense. Good. It makes sense for them to bring Jubilee back because like she's a veteran. But it was a long time ago. And then Demi is so funny. Somebody said, the Batch Babes said, now, why are we still giving this girl a platform? And then Demi retweets and says, because I'm local and they know sorry. She says, because I'm local and they know I'll say yes and I do a good job.
I mean, you go, girl. Get your screen time. It's so funny.
Her saying I'm local is the funniest thing ever.
That is so funny.
Demi's hilarious. I love when they bring her back. She's a funny person.
No, she is a funny person. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't obviously upset seeing her on my screen, but I also was like, what? Why? Like, for why?
Do you think they should put her on House of Villains season 2?
Oh, yeah. That would be fun.
Okay. Because I can put in a word.
Yeah, that would be so fun.
They almost had her on last year.
Yeah, love.
But then they had Corinne. So.
Right.
What
Imagine them in a house together.
I know.
That would have been crazy.
But I would love to see more of Demi on TV. She's so funny.
So funny.
I don't really know what else happened on this date either. I felt like
it was it was like a boring date. And then I felt badly for the rest of them because like no one could talk to him. I mean, obviously like happy for her that she got to. But even when they called her name, she was like, I don't know how to feel. Like everyone was just staring at her and they were like, oh, we're happy for you.
When Edwina got the extra time?
Yeah. Like she like didn't know how to react. And obviously then when it like showed her alone in her little interview room, she was like, I'm so happy. But everyone was like, oh.
She came out of nowhere.
She did.
But I felt like she did have a very like touching story about like what it was like for her growing up. And like I loved hearing her perspective. And I think it's so important to share Black stories on The Bachelor.
Yeah.
But I just didn't expect her and Joey to have that like connection. And I feel like they're vibing.
Same. But do you also kind of think he's like throwing around a lot of vibes? Well, aside from Daisy obviously being like front runner, I feel like he's like connecting with like everyone and kissing everyone.
I don't think him and Jess's connection is going anywhere.
I hope not.
I don't see that. I think he has a connection with Daisy, Lexi,
Yes.
Kelsey T,
Yeah.
Maria. I think he has a connection with like half of the girls.
Right.
Who else do you think he likes? Rachel?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like he vibed in first night with Leia and Jen.
Yeah, but then they were not in this
And they
episode.
right, like at all.
There's a
So
lot of girls.
there is a lot.
Okay, let's get into the Medina drama.
Yes, let's.
So Medina was feeling, and this kind of ties into the cocktail party, and then that will wrap up our episode recap. Medina is feeling insecure about being 31 in the house. She's just like, time's a ticking. Like I'm feeling insecure. What do you think about that originally?
How old is Joey?
Joey's 28.
I don't know. I mean, obviously, if that's how she feels, she of course can feel that way, but I just feel like she knew going into it she would be older than him, so I don't know why now she feels that way.
Also, like, I don't know, it's The Bachelor. Like 31 is so
Right.
it's 31. I guess 31 is considered old on The Bachelor.
I don't know. Not when he's 28. I
Yeah,
don't
like you knew you were
he was
dating a
like
younger guy.
26. Yeah, I don't know, and you felt like so much older than him, but I feel like at 28 up, like you definitely feel the same age. I don't know.
Yeah, I understand why she feels insecure. Like no one wants to invalidate her feelings.
Absolutely,
But
right.
also, like, I agree with what Maria was saying. Like, own it. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Like,
I
it's
don't even understand where the drama came from.
like there's people on the Golden Bachelor looking for love who are 65. So like
Right.
no one cares that you're 31.
Yeah.
But I understand that's how she feels. So Maria was talking about it to one of the other girls and
Right.
saying kind of what like it's like own it. Like I'm older than Joey and I don't feel insecure because Maria's 29 and Joey's
Yeah.
28. So she was I don't think she was talking shit.
Me either. I was absolutely on her side. I was not understanding why. What was her name? The blonde girl?
Sydney or Taylor?
Sydney. I don't know why Sydney was trying
Oh,
to turn it into something it wasn't
but I
because I didn't see her like being malicious in any way. Did you?
she wasn't at all. Like definitely not. Like and she was just like saying like what she said to her face. Like and I felt like
Right.
Maria was being straight up the whole time. But I understand that maybe Sydney overheard only bits and pieces of it and she was yelling because Maria talks so
Yeah,
loud that she like wanted to do something with it, but then she went about it the wrong way.
absolutely the wrong way. And it's also just like, have any of these girls not seen the past seasons when you like throw yourself in drama like this? Like it always ends up with you normally going home. Like I was shocked that she stayed. I mean, I think it's because Joey doesn't know all of it yet, but I do foresee like another Maria her battle and she'll be leaving.
I think Sydney is going to become the villain because she got the last rose.
Yeah. No, I felt like she turned that into like something for nothing.
Sydney was the girl from night one who had the high pony that I said I liked.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you were like, oh, I don't know anything about her.
Right. And now she's the problem.
Um, yeah, so I felt like she told Medina, like she was trying to like facilitate or just tell Medina, but she should have maybe told Maria first what she overheard or
Right.
brought them together. But
Yeah, and then like what
then
to say.
but then Medina, she didn't even want to hear Maria out and she just kind of took Sydney's word like God and then she didn't even want to talk to Maria. Remember that scene on the driveway
Yeah.
when Maria was like, you're hearing all these things, like you need to hear it right from me. And Medina was like, no, no.
Yeah. No, I just yeah. And I
Medina
felt
should
badly
have heard
for
her
Maria.
out.
Agreed.
You feel
I
bad for
felt badly
Maria?
for Maria. Yeah, well, because she just kept saying, like, why is this happening? She literally kept saying, like, why am I in this? Why is this happening? This is stupid.
Yeah, because of Sydney. That's why.
Yeah.
Or because maybe Maria shouldn't have talked about it to other people.
Yeah, like don't say anything at all and like try to keep other people's names out of your mouth because you don't know who's listening.
But I guess that's like a normal thing to do.
Yeah, especially girls in a house.
Yeah, like if you have a conversation with someone, like you're going to talk about it, like with other
Right.
people. Like that's just what people do. Gossiping is normal, but some of these girls were gossiping a lot this episode.
Yeah.
So he ends up deciding to, I guess no one ever brought up the drama to Joey, but they're going to bring it up next week between Sydney and Maria. And that's what was
Mhm.
teased.
Mhm.
Do you anticipate being on Team Sydney or Team Maria?
Team Maria.
Me too, but Maria also does cause chaos, like not on purpose, but I could see her like causing a lot of chaos without realizing that she's causing chaos.
Agreed, because that's definitely what I said last week too. But if it's this particular situation being dragged out, she did no wrong.
But it seems
At
like
least from what we could see.
it seems like that situation was just like a starter for a bigger situation that's to come between Maria versus Sydney.
Right.
Celeste says 31 is not old. Kate was 32, and there was also another woman on Clayton's season who was 33.
Yeah.
There was Mara. Claire Crawley was 39 as the Bachelorette.
Yeah.
You know, what are the rules here in regards to the Bachelor standards of how old you have to be?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, I agree that 31 is not old.
So do you remember how I was telling you last week about the Golden Girls potential drama in the Asking
Yes.
crew? So I finally got around to making a TikTok about it.
Okay.
It took me like 2 weeks, but a lot of people were watching it and sharing it and engaging in it. And there was like a little update to it where April said that she had no comments about anyone. You know, she wishes everyone love and happiness, but it seems like she's out of the crew. You know, they all unfollowed each other.
Yeah.
Next week, in the teaser for The Bachelor, all 4 of the Asking crew are going to be there to host a group date. Now, this was obviously filmed months ago, but the fact that they're going to be back on TV, they're going to want to promote it. Maybe they'll go on the Bachelor Happy Hour podcast. Like, I'm excited to hear what actually, like, maybe now we'll get an opportunity to hear what went wrong.
Right. Didn't she unfollow them? Or is she still she still doesn't follow them?
She unfollowed them, they unfollowed her.
And still they don't follow each other.
Nope.
That's crazy. I mean, the following drama and all of that, I guess, doesn't stop when you're in your 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
But the drama continues.
Yeah. I mean, there wasn't too much other Bachelor Nation news. Brian Episodio did respond to some comments on his Instagram, like defending his divorce, just like, you know, it wasn't meant to be, like they whatever. And then Caitlin, Bristow, and Zach also like posted the same, that they were at a football game. So a lot of people thought they were together.
Yeah.
Again, which is probably true.
Kind of a boring week.
But yeah, definitely not much going on in Bachelor Nation. So we covered all of our bases within The Bachelor. Episode 2 is just a little bit boring, but we might be watching together next week.
Yay!
So
let's see if this works.
The thumbs up thing. Yeah, I think I'm coming to New York next week, guys, for a work opportunity. I think I'm gonna wait until Thursday to share what it is.
Okay.
On my other live stream. But for the Traders recap, I think that would just be more fitting. But I'm gonna be coming. I think I'm gonna be coming to New York next week, so I might be staying with Molly, and we might be watching The Bachelor together.
A little slumber party action.
Yeah. Oh wait, Celeste says Susie and Justin made it official.
That happened this week.
Oh, we didn't even talk about that.
Yeah, no, we didn't. But that happened this week, and I'm like so happy for them.
Susie and Justin made it official.
Yes.
So I guess they've been dating for months.
They must have been, which we all were skeptical about. I wonder why they decided to keep it a secret for so long.
I know. So we saw that video that got leaked of them on New Year's Eve when they were like about to kiss. So I guess when that happened, I was like, oh, they're still together. So I think for me hearing the story, I was kind of shocked that maybe they've actually been like together since October.
Right.
And that was shocking. I thought they truly were just friends for that long. And like,
I know.
it just kind of changed like with the new year. That's what I thought New Year's for me. I thought that was when it switched. I didn't realize it was that far back.
Like so long ago.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so happy for them. I literally love them.
Yeah, I'm happy for them too. And I think it just like makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm glad. I mean, I thought it was such a good build up too.
Yeah, and like such a good love story. I mean, they always say like you should be best friends first, and they like clearly became like the best of friends and just totally understood each other's humor. Like they're like a match made. I really hope that they stay together.
Yeah, for sure. Back to what I was saying. The trust. Well, yeah, we want to talk about Traders, but the trust on Netflix. I did post some interviews. I finished watching the season, all 8 episodes. So if you guys watched that, I had on Julie, I had on Mama J, and I had on Lindsay. Molly, did you ever end up finishing it?
I didn't, but if you're down for spoilers, you can literally tell me everything.
No, I'm not going to say spoilers. I mean, basically what happened is like, you know, they ended up splitting the money at the end, and one person tried to take 15 extra K or 25K. Good show.
How many people were in the end?
5.
Solid. I mean, they narrowed it down. What was it, 11?
Yeah, 11. So then 5 split, like they all got like 68,000 each, but then a few people had a little bit more than others. 48,000, 50. So 5 people won money. And then Mama J, who I had on my podcast, she took like 25K and dipped halfway through. Yeah.
Well, good for her. She at least
Yeah.
secured something and was like, I don't want to not win anything.
Yeah, but if you guys ever watch The Trust, definitely check out those interviews. I dropped the one with Julie this morning. She had a showmance with Jake on the show where they kissed at the finale. So she kind of talks us through what happened after the show and if she really had feelings for him.
Got it. Well, I definitely will tune in.
Are you all caught up on Traders?
Did I watch? No, I missed this past Friday, so I'll have to
Okay.
watch.
Well, now you're definitely gonna have to watch.
Yes, I'll definitely watch. I mean, I'm so invested. I didn't think I'd be so into the show, but I am.
Yeah,
So I didn't
it's
see
really
season
good.
1.
It's really good. Celeste says, our third co-host, she said, the Vanderpump Rules premiere is tonight. It'll be my first time watching.
So excited. Like, literally, you have no idea.
You're excited for the premiere tonight. I've already seen it twice. So tell me
I know.
what you're anticipating.
I just am, for starters, just excited for them to be back on my screen. Like, it feels like it's been too long. I just want to see, obviously it's frustrating that it's filmed so far, like, in advance. Like, a lot of
Yeah.
the things we already kind of know, but I do want to see, like, the behind the scenes of it all.
I guess it was filmed like 10 months ago.
Yeah, like a hot minute ago.
Yeah.
Which
So
does, I would say that sometimes makes me excited because it, like, stirs the pot more. Like, you think things are in the past and now all of a sudden it's being rehashed for everyone, which, like, does kind of suck for the cast because
yeah.
like you have to then relive it.
Yeah.
But I'm just so excited.
So when I went to the premiere screening a couple weeks ago, they said we can't say anything about the show until after it airs or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But the show premieres in like what, 3 hours? I think it's like partially already online. So let me give you guys some teasers. I feel like they wouldn't. Let me give you some teasers. NBC would understand. It's gonna be very good because they're picking up the pieces.
Yes.
A teaser is that oh my gosh, somebody does reach out to Raquel on the first episode.
I feel like, okay,
I'm not
people
gonna
like,
say who.
okay, you don't have to, but I feel like people were asking about at the premiere, people were asking like Katie and Lala. So like I feel like maybe one of them maybe reaches out.
Yeah, so you'll see what happens where one person does reach out, and then you see James and Allie kind of like settling into their home, and
Yeah,
then
I love them.
Ariana goes back to Tom
Yeah.
for the first time, and Schwartz wants to make amends with Ariana, but he wants to kind of that's going to be a roadblock for him. So you'll kind of
Yeah.
see that, and then like Sandoval,
I can't even.
it's going to be awkward to see what happens with the house situation.
Right.
I think that will be a storyline throughout the whole season.
There are people who are just now like starting Vanderpump from the beginning. Like, it's all over my TikTok. And I've seen a couple people be like screen recording and parts of bits of when he was dating Kristen and whatever, and being like, how did no one think that he was like a big red flag from the start? Because everyone else kind of just like, this is who he is. And people who are like watching it now knowing all of this stuff from the beginning are like, he was always like this, like in some capacity. So it's just funny seeing those perspectives on TikTok.
So they were on the Vile Files this morning, Tom and Tom. I guess it was filmed a few weeks ago, but Tom did give some clarification on like the house situation because he's trying to buy Ariana out, but then she doesn't want to be bought out. She wants the house to be sold. But what he said that I guess shook some people is that he offered her like $3.1 million. He said that on the Vile Files this morning, which is like more than the house originally. They bought it for like, no, it's more than, well, they bought it for like 2.2, whatever. They said they put a $250,000 down payment, but then they were saying that like, now it's up in value, right? It's up in sale.
Right.
So he's saying that she's petty because she won't let him have the house. But he was like, I put so much work into this house. Like I built the gym, like, he's worked so hard on making it their dream house. And like, he feels like he should be able to keep it and like he can pay her out. But I mean, I guess that will be the storyline played out obviously on the show. We'll hear about it.
Yeah. And to this day, it's still going on.
I guess.
I think so.
I guess because that was in the news last week and then he was just talking about it this morning.
Right. But then they are still like living together. That's like crazy.
No, she lives in New York right now. She's doing.
Oh, right. Okay. But that's as of recent. But, or also maybe when she was filming Dancing with the Stars, maybe she wasn't there as often.
Yeah, he said that he didn't live there the first 2 months, and then she hasn't lived there in over 2 months.
Got it. So
And I think that's what we're gonna see, like, on this season of Vanderpump. Like, a lot of how they navigate living in the same house together without actually living in the same house together.
yeah. In this first episode, do we get anything about the Tom, Katie, and then like a random girl?
Oh, no, we don't
How
get
they
anything
like
about
all
that.
yeah, okay.
No,
That
no,
was the funniest thing out of the trailer to me.
the first episode is just, like, about, like, picking up the pieces and having the
Got it.
conversations with, like, the key players, and then Sandoval is at filming Special Forces, so he's not really
Oh,
in the first episode.
interesting.
Yeah. So, I think we should go see Ariana on Broadway, though, when I come to New York
Yes,
next week.
I'm absolutely down to see her.
Okay, me too. I
Great.
guess she had her premiere last night, and she looks
Yeah, I've
beautiful.
seen a couple TikToks.
I'm rooting for Ariana this season.
Yeah, no, same. However, I will say not Sandoval, obviously, but I just have such a sweet spot for Schwartz.
Me too. I
I
love
literally
Schwartz.
love him so much. Like, I hope that he holds his own. It was, like, so nice and refreshing seeing him on his own on Winter House. Like,
Yeah.
not associated with Sandoval. They didn't talk about it at all. He was Schwartz without Katie. Like, he literally was just Schwartz, and it was so nice. He's like a sweet little muffin when he's just by himself. Like, he was just great.
I love Schwartz too, so I hope he's able to reconcile with Ariana, but I don't
Me
blame
too.
her for not wanting to be friends with him. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like I would be so hurt too. Like,
Same, but it is just so hard. Like, you have a business with someone, and like, imagine like your best friend is like telling you not to do anything. Like, that's hard.
he let it go on too long. But I mean, listen, like, at this point, like, this drama is so long ago that everyone needs to move on in their own ways. But
Agreed.
I think we'll see how Schwartz navigates it and Ariana this season, Schwartz. But I don't blame her if she doesn't want to talk to him. Like, I just don't
Yeah,
blame her if she's done with him. Like,
I agree.
but if we see him on Broadway, we'll let you guys know. Other shows like Salt Lake City just ended. Monica got fired.
Oh, my sister is obviously obsessed. She's been watching it. I've just been like hearing the updates from you and her.
What did she say about Monica getting fired?
She actually, I don't know if she knows just that. She just finished watching the reunion last night.
Okay.
So we were a little bit behind in Paris.
Well, I was not shocked she got fired.
It's sad.
I was really happy right away, actually, because I was like so upset with her, like from the reunion. But
You
now
said
that
she was
there's
in reality TV.
she's great reality TV, but now that the reunion is over and it's died down, I'm like, oh, you're definitely gonna feel a void without her next season. But I understand why she was fired. You know, she completely misrepresented herself, and
Yeah.
it was very manipulative what she did. But I think she'll be back on the show eventually.
Right. We also have the new, I don't even remember what it's called, the Valley. And then we're also the Villa thing with Lisa Vanderpump. We kind of
Vanderpump
have
Villa.
like 2 Vanderpump spinoffs happening right now that are going to come out soon, I think.
I mean, I'm gonna watch both of those. I can't say I'm gonna be
Same.
committed to watching the whole season. Like, I'll give it a try.
Right. Me too.
We'll keep
Did
you
you see
posted.
that Stassi did an interview about why she didn't want to be on it?
Yeah, and I thought that made sense as well.
Same. Agreed.
So
Trying to think what else is on.
Well, Beverly Hills is on, and it's this one housewife, Anna Marie, is driving everyone crazy because there was like 4 episodes about the esophagus, that she was coming for an esophagus. But Anne Marie is just so unlikable, and everyone, like the whole audience is just, she's just not, she's making the show frustrating.
Yeah.
She's just so unlikable. I don't know. Everyone's just kind of anticipating what's going to happen with like the Kyle and Mauricio stuff. They're in Spain right now.
Right.
So
I obviously know a little bit about that because Dancing with the Stars.
yeah, they're in Spain, and you know, it's a slow season. So I'm excited for the reunion. That will be good. And Summer House is going to start soon. So
Yeah. So excited.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. Also, Love Island All-Stars, which is in the UK, was started 2 weeks ago, but in the US, we don't get it for 2 weeks unless you get a VPN. And it just came out yesterday on Peacock, the first episode. So I haven't watched it yet, but I probably will, honestly, before Vanderpump. I'm
nice.
so excited for that.
Nice. And then there was one other show I was going to mention. What were we just talking about?
Summer House?
Yeah. I don't remember now.
Bravo?
Oh yeah, Dance with the Stars. I've been following the live tour, like their Instagram, like they're having so much fun.
So good. Their TikToks are iconic.
Are you going to go to the live show?
I wanted to so bad, but like the tickets sold out so quickly near me. Like I don't know how to
Oh.
go.
When is it by you?
Let's see.
I'm definitely going to go in March in Pasadena, but like if I happen to be traveling, I would want to go in another city as well. I cannot wait to see the Dancing with the Stars live tour, especially because I want to see Riley.
I know. I'm literally like so beyond jealous of anyone going.
I think they already left New York.
They did.
They already left New York. Now they're in like the Midwest.
So sad.
Would you
But
ever
it's
go
like,
on a tour bus?
I feel like that would be fun.
I know.
If it was with people that like you loved and enjoyed being around, I think it would totally be fun.
I just saw Lindsay Arnold's TikTok when she was talking about like how when she was on tour, there was like this big
Yeah,
crash.
I watched that too. Crazy
Crazy.
and so scary. And I
Yeah.
love that Jenna and Val have their son, like their baby on tour with them. It's so cute.
I know that is really fun.
Adorable.
So tonight I'm working a red carpet. I'm going to see this movie. I told you about it last week called Float.
Oh yeah. You guys let me know how it is.
So yeah, I'm so excited to see it. I'm going to be interviewing some of these actors. Do you know there's Robbie Amell, Andrea Bang, Kate Marchant is the author, Sharon Lee is the director, and a few other people, but I'm really excited to like be back on the carpet.
Yeah, it's so exciting. I don't know if I know these people. I was trying to look them up as you were talking, but maybe would like I recognize any of them for anything?
I don't know. They're in like some of them are in the movie.
Okay. Well, Float, you said?
Float, Float. It's Lionsgate is like who's putting it on. But I'm really excited to go. So I'm gonna go in a few hours.
Float 2024. I'm saying 2023, but that's like obviously past. I don't. Oh wait, release date February 9th. Oh wait, you say Robbie Amell or no?
Yes.
Yeah, I do know him.
Okay,
Love him.
okay.
He was just in Xmas, which I watched, but everyone would probably know him from, I'm pretty sure he was in True Jackson VP. He also was in The Flash, which I love. He was in a show called Upload that I watched like a couple of. So yeah, love him. He's great. Did you say Sarah Desjardins by any chance?
No, I didn't.
Well, she's like in that movie, so maybe you'll see her. But she was just in The Night Agent, which I watched and I really liked.
Okay. So this isn't necessarily like reality TV. So it's interesting for me to
No.
cover an event with actors, but it's cool because I'm like not starstruck. But then like sometimes I end up meeting like these really cool actors.
Yeah, those two. I mean, definitely him. He's great. He's also really cute.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
So you'll see him, you'll recognize him. He has like
Oh,
dark hair and blue eyes and big muscles.
okay. Well, I need to look in my closet and make sure I have something super cute to wear.
Yes.
It's 3 o'clock here in California, so the day is just starting, but you're going to sleep soon,
Yeah.
huh?
Well, I have to stay up for Vanderpump. So I have 2 more hours, 2 hours and 8 minutes until the premiere.
Oh, okay. Well, have fun watching Vanderpump.
Thank you. Now that the nice thing about you already watching it is that I can text you. I don't
Well,
have to wait until it's
okay.
California time.
You can let me know your thoughts, but
Yes.
I'm gonna be unbothered. But save them for the podcast.
Yes, yes.
We can cover Vanderpump this season on our reality, recap lives we do. We always do like The Bachelor on Tuesdays, but maybe we'll do these twice a week as well. We do a trader show on my channel Thursdays. I don't know if you ever like want to join that as well.
Totally.
Because you like traders. But we'll cover Vanderpump and other reality shows this season. Love is Blind comes back in a couple weeks.
Love. Yeah, definitely will be watching that.
But we'll always be here to cover The Bachelor every Tuesday. So as they say, we will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
And happy birthday, Celeste.
Happy birthday, Celeste. It'll be her 30th birthday. And welcome back from Paris, Molly. We missed you.
Thank you so much.
And we're going to have more updates very, very soon, guys. So
it's exciting things to come.
Very exciting things to come. Like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.
Bye.